So can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, damn.
The volume was low.
Damn, it's been so long since you messed with it. I'm like, oh, damn. Yeah, just like I said, I've just been using the more portable setup. So because this one's nice to bring around, but it's I just have as one of those just backpacks, and sometimes you get so adventurous. You fucking
I never seen that one. I think last time when you came to my crib, you had the portable one. I think, right? You didn't have that one.
No, I think I did. No, I did have this one.
You did?
Yeah, I did have this one.
Okay.
But I think when I was sitting down with you last time we were on, I was saying I did just get one because when was that? 8 months ago? Yeah, so yeah, that was April. Yeah. So January, March, April, May. So May. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's actually perfect timing. Yeah, because that's when what was it? The trucker movement. I don't know if you remember that, the protest up in they were in Canada first, and then they were trying to plan one in the United States and a bunch of truckers. So I went up to DC and I bought that portable thing like the day before. So I was like, instead of me having to bring this, well, actually I won't even be able to bring this because it's not battery powered. You have to plug it into an outlet.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, fuck it. I might as well get something like that too. Just especially when I want to do more mobile stuff, like go to events. Like,
what were they protesting?
Oh, it was protested the vaccine mandates and stuff like that for truckers and stuff like that because they do a lot of traveling, so that was like a big thing. You saw in Canada it was the same thing. The same thing, just having these restrictions on truckers and traveling, and again restricting the rights of people, just trying to take as much they can out of them as they can, and it's pretty. Oh wow, this is actually pretty relaxing.
It's raining in Virginia.
Now everyone's like, damn, are they doing podcasts out in the rain right now? Yeah, we're getting drenched on.
Reporting live from the Amazon.
Yeah. Yo, would you be down to do that shit? A podcast in the Amazon? That would be pretty wild.
Maybe. It's all like fun and games till you get out there. Like, I don't know if I want to be out here. Big ass mosquito and shit.
Yo.
And that's all I need is see one bug and a baby snake and I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm out. Fuck all that.
Yo, it's so crazy too because it's like there's so many undiscovered species in the Amazon, right? Like it fucking probably spiders as big as my face.
It's probably the literal breeding ground for new species in this world is the Amazon.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That the Amazon amazes me, but what like I don't know about you, like growing up, like my thing growing up when it came to like nature and stuff like that was just like just the ocean. Mm-hmm. It just fascinated me, and it still continues to fascinate me to this day because obviously now we get better and better technology and these robotic submarine like tanks that they make like to be able to withstand the pressure. Like just seeing the new like such alien like species, man. Like it doesn't even like you really think like we are in a sci-fi really if you really think about it. Like again looking at the creatures even on land, like for example, it's just come on, look at a camel. Why you got that hump on your back? You fucking weird ass camel.
There's water there.
Wait, is it really water? I thought is it okay.
I think like the humps. I think it stores water in its humps. Like that's how they stay hydrated.
Yeah, but it's just
crazy how nature. Like what if like nature did that to us? It's like all right, you're gonna be a thirsty motherfucker. So here go a hump. Like imagine.
Yo, that'd be. Wait, would it be like in our heads or like at our backs?
Like what if it was just random?
Oh, like and you had like a deformity if you had it growing on like your knee. You had like a knee sack.
Yeah, just like he's thirsty. He has a hump. Like might be in your head. Might be you never know. Like just imagine if nature like was like that to humans. Like what if it is though? Because sometimes I see like autism, for instance, like people who are like and then people would be like, oh, they're handicapped or they're not normal, but like sometimes like. How do you know that's not like a way of like nature's way of something crazier that we don't understand?
No, 100%.
Because like autistic people are like they're like smart. They're very intelligent. Like it's not you just have to know like they're like their language if that makes sense.
No,
you have to understand them.
And I like what you're saying. Like definitely, I like the topic we're going through. It's just because. Society makes us think that normal is this way when these people just have like they just have a hyper focus on certain things that they just love. Like actually one of my friends one of my homies, honestly, like a brother up north, he has Asperger's, and dude, like when you ask him questions about like any like technology when it comes to phones, PCs, or dude, he goes like he is so deep and knowledgeable with like everything down to just like which fan is better, which like dude, he's just so into like how in depth he goes. I'm like, I have to literally stop him and be like, dude, I don't even know what you're saying. Like, can you like speak it to like I'm stupid like in I don't know. It's a gift, you know what I mean? To be able to hyper focus on, such knowledge and abundance, to be able to retain it is the most important part. Because a lot, even myself, like it might be this weed or just the way I need to better my skills of absorbing knowledge. But like, most people like we get knowledge, but we don't know how to apply it.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've been trying. Well, yeah, it's still continuing. I think until I die, we're always going to continue to, gain. Habits that acquire us to keep us disciplined to apply that knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that makes sense at all.
No,
Maybe I'm just going off a rant.
No, seriously, because it's like you got to get the knowledge, learn how to apply it, then transfer the knowledge to your people or like your offspring. Then they have to know how to also utilize the knowledge, because like you said, it can like that's how knowledge kind of falls through the cracks. And people like forget skills down the line, and stuff like that. Like sometimes it's like a family tradition for some people to farm.
Have you ever farmed before? Or?
No, I garden a little bit,
Oh yeah, but I remember you had your garden outside. You were setting up with your kids. I remember that the last time you were telling me.
Yeah, so that's definitely like a path I'm on. Like I wouldn't say like I'm a farmer, but I definitely want to like homestead, have that plot of land that's dedicated for that,
Especially nowadays, how things are going, it's just better to be self-efficient nowadays,
Yeah, or at least know the knowledge in case like another COVID happens and it's even worse. You got to learn how to survive off little stuff. It's stuff that you can grow that you can in a harvest in 30 days, 60 days. It's not long when you surviving, man. I'm telling you.
It's just we've been so blessed to be able to not have to go back to those instincts of having to need to farm, have to do this. We can literally just go to the grocery store up the road and buy what we need. Even last minute, we don't have to stock up like for, weeks on end if we don't have to. You can literally be like, all right, I got to go to the grocery store right now, or even just go just to get the simple things and come back. But it's just, we've been so accustomed to that comfortability that, now we have to reprogram ourselves to get back into, which I think it's easier too, because like, I don't know, like me, like I'm actually going to pick up back compound. I'm going to pick up my compound bow again next year and start shooting more, because I would love to, like again, going back to self-sustainability. Like I would love to hunt. Yeah. It's always something I've been interested in doing, like just to see if I can even do it. You know what I mean? You don't know until you do something, right? Like, and that goes with anything in life. It doesn't have to be about hunting, but gardening, because that's a whole different skill in itself. Like, you hear people saying like, oh, farmers, like anybody can plant a seed in the ground. It's like, no. No, they can't. It's not that easy. And I can imagine you can, explain through your experience as well. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah, I've murdered a lot lot in the practice of trying to be good at that shit. Definitely, bro. And I feel that 100%. And like you said, going to hunt, you never really know if you're eating a chicken until you kill it yourself, right?
Yo, especially nowadays, fam, dude. Because I think the FDA approved lab-grown meat as like acceptable, well, healthy and acceptable for humans to eat.
Right.
And we all know how corrupt the FDA is.
And imagine how long they've been doing it just because.
Before even like approving it, right?
Yeah. Before anybody even like blew that whistle and was like, hey, so yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's, I don't know. It is pretty, like I would never, I probably ate lab grown meat. I don't even know it. Like you said, like it's for how many things the governments or, private corporations get away with that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Obviously years later on, karma's a bitch in my opinion. The truth will always come to light. Sometimes it's later than necessary, but it's going to come sooner or later. You can only keep a lie going for, so long, like look at the, Tuskegee experiments, you have, MK Ultra, you have, it's so like, why wouldn't the government do scientific experiments right on us at this very moment? Look at even just the past 3 years, it was basically a science experiment of the psychological mind and of the body, what could, COVID-19 do to individuals? Cause it's at this point now it's accepted that the Wuhan lab like leaked that virus, and it is pretty crazy that we're not as a globe not hold. Either way, America, we should be holding ourselves accountable too, because we did fund that project as well. But even just holding ourselves and China accountable for that mistake of literally shutting the world down and stopping individuals and literally killing, millions of individuals. But I don't know. My fault. I keep going to rant. If you need me to be quiet, just tell me to shut up.
Nah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is. It all connects, Like you said, we go from the food to the health. That's all it would, it's all control, so you're not really too far off. That's what it is, from the food to pharmaceuticals. COVID probably made a lot of government officials money, made a lot of people sick. The poor got poorer, but you know what happens? The rich get richer. So I'm pretty sure and somehow somebody benefited from it. Unfortunately.
Oh, but it's it's true. It's definitely the politicians. You look at them like you have people. I don't want to go too deep in politics, but even just but people are waking up though to that corruption right now, fam, and that's awesome because there's individuals like us who keep pushing for better communities, praising knowledge and understanding what's true out there, and God helps us guide it, and that's something I've been going on a spiritual journey as of recently. I joined a youth group back in April. Been studying the Bible, and it's definitely helped me regain faith in a sense of the world, because we can easily be overtaken by such negative news and stuff, because that's all it's propaganda spewing at us. It's just the negative points of things. But how about the positive things of like you said, just individuals around in their community supporting each other in their dreams, or even having a community garden and stuff like that. There are things going on like that now. People are waking up to the corruption and the thievery that politicians in our government have on us, and I think it's just made us stronger as well. Even though it was a time that we definitely got hit in the kneecaps, fuck my knee, but we definitely learned a lot about ourselves, and definitely learning what potential we can accomplish together. Yeah. Not even just as individuals, but together, how much more farther we can get.
Yeah, it's about being self-sustainable as a community. As far as you said, not just relying on having the money and not going grocery shopping because you can just go to the store anytime. Being more mindful of that, the importance of it, because COVID happened like that. Nobody was really prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? So think about it like that, and it's just not just because of COVID, just make that your thing for longevity. You got to stop just thinking about some people literally only think about today. I'll focus on today, but what about tomorrow? Mm-hmm. So I'm that person who's always trying to invest in the future. So
and that's what we need to do also, because we're so focused on the negative things. Why not make the active change of helping out the next generation in the for the future? And that's what this life's about, in my opinion. Is just we're born on this earth to. We all have a different purpose. We all, but I feel in the commonality of it all is we want to leave it better than we came into it. We want to know that we've even made a change just in our neighbors' lives to be able to help them in their dire need. And I don't know, it's just a genuine, I think that everyone has inside them that human connection. That's just I just want to help others.
Yeah, and people have to embrace it, because I feel they run away from that genuine human connection that we all have. And because it's too many people on this fuck the world shit. So when you on some fuck the world shit, I'ma just live life how I want to, and how I go out, I'm going out like a bang, fuck it. A lot of people think like that, bro. On some YOLO shit. You only live once, right? But yeah, but no. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that at all. You got to introduce these things to the youth, to your friends. Like you said, a community garden, hunting, kayaking, fishing. Like you said, how the hell do you even know if you are good at it or like it? Or even if I'm not great at it, maybe I take my son fishing, but my son catches it at an early age, and now he catches big ass fish, and it's he does it for sport because it's fun. But the kid knows how to survive now. He got a survival, and then he uses it as a passion, that kind of stuff, And I don't even think people are even given the chance, the opportunity to be those kind of people, because they're never given those opportunities.
Did you grow up camping a lot, a lot of outdoor activities with your family? Or is that something that
Fuck
you...
no.
Really? Okay.
Nah.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that shit. The last thing you see me, I would never be in a tent. Fuck that shit.
Nah, not my family. Hell no.
Really?
Nah, she knows. Nah. My aunts and cousins and shit in a tent outside, a possible bear. Fuck no, not happening.
Yeah, right. You go see your uncle fighting a black bear in the middle of the night. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna see my uncle screaming.
Yeah, he's running the other direction. Wow, where you going? You see a bear in front of your tent.
Yeah.
Bro, like, oh shit.
But but definitely like, I'm willing to try that with some of my cousins and stuff like that, Like we joke like, hell no, but like seriously, I would. That's the stuff I want to do with my kids, my family, my close friends, like hiking and stuff like that. And, those mental challenges of like, yo, we about to hike, but you don't know at the end of this 4-mile hike up this mountain, it's a waterfall. Just like that, those kind of victories versus like, oh, I'm fucking having a bad day. So first person I can get opportunity I get, I'm gonna be an asshole. I'm gonna cut them off in traffic. I'm gonna, just be a dick instead of like, I need a challenge. I feel like sometimes we all got this fight in us. So give yourself a healthy battle. You know what I mean? The military kind of taught me that. Like when I was in the military, like when I was between like 18 and like 23, you know what I mean? Like 22. It's like somewhere around that time I got out, you know what I'm saying? And that taught me that. Like pain is only temporary, but give yourself a reason to let that pain out. We used to go on like 10-mile ruck marches. Like damn, that shit used to hurt, but it's like you take that shit off and you're like, yeah, motherfucker, that shit ain't hurt as bad as I thought it did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that shit's healthy though, versus like bottling it up. Like, that hike is like, damn, I'm tired, but I'm about to keep pushing. I'm not whatever you need to, I just feel like that's the people like us at least, or like me. That's the shit that get me going and keep me stronger. Cause like mental health and all that shit, if you feel depressed, it's always going to be a thing. It's going to come. So don't think you can eliminate it permanently, but you can keep yourself healthy to the point where like, let's say metaphorically, your immune system to that shit is just way stronger. You can kind of feel it coming on. Then you got this remedy of things that you gonna do to be like, all right, I'm good now. Like, I felt depressed. Let me go for that 2-mile run. Let me go for that hike. Let me go fishing. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself the opportunity. That's the word of this podcast is opportunity. Give yourself the opportunity, man. Yeah.
That's literally, dude. Couldn't have said it better. Because that's the thing. It's hard for us to establish routines that help us succeed more. Like when, like you said, those moments you're depressed, like just have a pair of running shoes or maybe even just workout clothes out there for like when that time comes. It's easy to access instead of you having to do even just that extra step. How much holds people back? Like just opening their drawer, changing their clothes, and go. You know what I mean? Just that one extra step of leading you toward that goal of better habits, like, is gonna excel you to tremendous. Even it's not going to work maybe the first 2 times, 3 times. Like just keep being a spectator of your mind when you go off those paths and be like, no, don't go here. I need you to go over here.
Yeah.
You know
about how it doesn't always have to be physical. Some people gonna watch this and be like, bro, I'm not running no fucking 3 miles and I'm not in my mental space. But like it could be anything. It could be a video game that you don't really have the time to play and shit like that, but you take the time to go to the bar and drink and shit like that, but you really ain't in a happy space. Drink is only fun and sociable when you're happy, bro. Like if you're drinking and sad, it's like a recipe for disaster. So play that game. Like I grew up like real diverse, bro. Like for real, I wasn't like just this hip hop kid, typical black. You know what I mean? I don't want to say typical and like even like that because it's a lot of black kids that grew up like me. You feel me? But the stereotype, I should say, would they depict us, on TV sometimes? Would they depict of us on TV sometimes? But like I play RuneScape, I play Crash Bandicoot, I play all those shit. Like I got RuneScape accounts with 99s, bro. I was that kid that was like, bro, I'm about to escape this reality and this is my reality. You know what I'm saying? Like I done did it all, bro. Like I color, that's why I pick up different skills. Like not just be an artist, I pick up a camera. Recently got like a beat machine, you know what I'm saying? Little pads and shit, like playing with that shit, just trying to further this shit is like as an artist and broaden my vision, and I'm no longer in it just for like the money and the success. Like I don't use that thing. I don't want to be famous and nothing. I just want to have impact. That's my thing is impact. I might not have the most clout. I might not be the most popular. I might not go to competitions and win because like I stand on my message. Not necessarily like, you know how it could be, man. if I ain't like fitting the criteria what they think is hot or whatever, you know. But I know I'm cold with this shit, so I don't always gotta be hot. But I know like I touch people. You know, it could be I might not have 100,000, but if I got 1,000, that's 1,000 strong.
Mm.
You seen the movie 300?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's all I need. It's my
Mhm.
300. I don't, you know, so
I think that makes it so much more possible to reach out for those individuals who support, because that's something I've been thinking about a lot too. You know, it's like, especially when trying to make this, podcast a full-time thing. It's like, it's like, it's not about how many numbers you have, it's how many people that are loyal to your journey, like the journey that you got, all of you are going through. Like all your supporters that listen to your music are in the journey with you, of seeing you, how much you've grown in the industry, and how much use your imagination to take different ideas from different genres of music, from whole different spectrums, and try to create something organic, or or something, or even just focus on the message and just try to it's just remarkable, man. It's just finding someone that truly support, like having those people that really support you for being you, man. Is just such a blessing.
yeah.
And like, and that goes for like anybody out there too listening. It's like, find something you're passionate about, and you will attract those people that will see what you're doing, be like, oh, I like this. I like what you're doing, and you know what I mean. And this is only the beginning for you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? This is like, it's only going to grow more and more, and like, especially with the technology we have in our hands, like it's just inevitable. It's just keeping just keeping disciplined like you are. So
Yeah, and like one thing I had to learn along this journey was I used to think it was you stick to people that look like you, rap like you know what I mean, talk like you, and I had to learn that could be detrimental to your success because it could be the people that's just like you who are not, who seem just like you, who are not like minded, or as like minded as you, and that can separate people. People be kind of too clicked up, and they're not looking at the bigger picture. So like I don't care if you make rock music, punk music, and in a sense, like when it comes to like the money murder music, like this drill music and stuff like that, I don't make that kind of music. I make conscious music, but it's not like a Jedi versus the dark side thing to me no more. You know what I mean? Because like I come from like studying the cloth of hip hop where they like fuck that shit. So it's like I used to be like, yeah, fuck that shit. When the people the OGs I look up to, in the game, that's like, damn. But I had to be like, nah, take a step back and like, nah, let me be bigger than that. Because with, like I said, to go back to what I was saying, the money murder thing, a lot of people who rap money murder shit, they don't live that kind of life. They do it because that's what's hot right now. And that's what's gonna get them on. They trying to eat, So, but me knowing that, I can have a conversation with them and I can learn like, damn, bro, you like minded, and maybe I can influence them to be like, hey, yo, bro, this is what I do. I'm still decent out here. I'm good. You feel me? Be yourself.
Well, even like look
You know
at
what I mean? Like you don't gotta be like,
yeah,
I'm smoking your dead homie, da 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 da. Like, bro, you don't even want that kind of life, bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to say you in the gang, then you start making music and you booming, and you go to these different cities and people gang for real. They're gonna check you about that. It's inevitable. I'm just checking the history books when I say that. That's not me being like, somebody who just talking. Like I'm a student to the game. Like I know history. Sometimes you gotta learn off what other people do or what have done and seeing where it got them. It's like that's not the way. As far as like a rapper, you know what I mean? Because it could be dangerous when you trying to be that guy. Like, on some fuck the world shit, And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, that's how you live, that's how you live, I respect it. But like for my brothers who ain't my youth, like nah, bro.
And that can even just be that idea can be applied to anything in life too. Just being a facade of these things just to impress others. You know what I mean? Like, or even more, obviously, it's a gray area. There's a lot of people, who go into games because of lack of love, a lack of being heard, a lack of, it's something, but I feel like in the root of a lot of things, it's love. And, to push someone to do such things is, because they feel respected, they feel heard. And, that's a great feeling in a sense. And, and I understand that, there's definitely times where like, I felt like I never was heard, stuff like that. But that's just all, I'll try to find positive. What's promoting death and destroying your communities and your fellow brother and sisters? What's that going to do?
Yeah,
it's just going to have this continued cycle of hate. Onto the next generation, the kids and kids. It's just, it just gets sick and tiring.
Yeah.
And I can't say much because I like God bless me with like a great family that I never like luckily wasn't involved. Like I've got jumped before, like I got stabbed and stuff. I almost got paralyzed and stuff, but like you know what I mean? I've been blessed to not go down that road, you know, and like I know it's not easy, you know. Like I would love to have someone like who is really deep in the game, like maybe got out of it and like tell me their perspective, you know, like that would be a great, you know, interview to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I feel like in the end it's love, you know. But I don't know. That's just me. That's just my perspective on
At the
it.
end of the day, it's love. Not even judging the people who are going through it and who've been through it. I'm just really, really representing for those people who is like at that edge and thinking there's nowhere else to go, but there's plenty other, you know, ways to go.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. It's
Yeah.
not like you said, it's not promoted as much in
It's
know
not
the
a
rap
fuck you thing if you make mistakes, my brother. That's not what I'm saying. Because people make mistakes. I done made mistakes. No, that's not what we talking about. We're talking about prevention. You know, for our community, like it's really about preventing that shit. You know what I mean? If it can be prevented, let's prevent it instead of provoke it. So like two different P words. I'm talking prevention. Some other people talking provoking. Like go shoot the club. Da, 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 da. Like okay, some young dude is really listening to that music in his life now. He dressed like you. He talk like you. He walk like you. Don't even know you from Adam. He just sees you through YouTube. But you're his idol now. His parents can't even control that shit because the economy so fucked up. They at work. You know what I mean? That's just how it's been for a long time. And there's no excuses as far as parenting because I got kids and shit, and my kids ain't on that. It's all long as I'm here.
you listen to what they listen to, like, yo, hold up.
Like, yeah, but you know,
well, they should
sometimes every like you said, like we were blessed with like, you know, my kids are blessed with that. I was blessed with parents to like control, like keep, like show me the right example, but everybody isn't. So we got to be those eyes and ears and the heart. Let them know that they're heard and respected, like back at what you said.
And that's I don't know, dude. It's just there's so many. It needs to be promoted that there's so many other ways to make it big. You know what I mean? Like not even just make it big, like big, but like to get yourself out of those situations. You know, like be a tradesman. You know, like go into maybe even religion if you want. Really or community service. There's other ways to be seen and heard and be able to be loved, and well, even just the love of self to be able to give yourself to others, is you're going to appreciate that feeling. And that's what a lot of men I feel like are struggling with now, is like a purpose. So like, what do I do? There's not a lot, there's a recent study that was saying like our generation of like, I think it was like 25 to like 35 or like some age range, like a millennial age. It was like a 30% like increase in people who have lost faith in like religion, who aren't religious, and it just, I feel like it, in my perspective, I feel like it just shows that people have like lost like a, I guess like a moral of like, I don't know, like belief in something, like, because it's like when what do you believe in if you don't like, maybe see, my mind's kind of going everywhere. Maybe I'm just kind of just like rambling, but.
No, I think you're just trying to find the words. I think I'm kind of grasping what you're saying. It's like a lot of people don't have faith no more. Yeah. And I think a lot of people lost hope. So when you don't have hope, you don't have no faith. It's like, it's like people just like, man, it's whatever. This happening. No way God's real. And because this happened, why would God let, it's just a lot of blame and a lot of finger pointing,
Yeah, that was facts.
And God blessed us with free will and the ability to do great things. And unfortunately, you could also do bad if you decide, right?
Facts.
And sometimes doing bad ultimately leads you to good. Other people have different paths, and I think it's all for a reason. Not talking about mass murderers and rapists and shit like that, because I don't know what the hell their purpose is. But I don't know, because like you said, nobody's perfect. People make mistakes. I think, honestly, in the penitentiaries, is probably some of the greatest people in there. Our next Albert Einsteins, our next great musicians, they made mistakes. One mistake. Not everybody was a hardcore criminal that was destined to do 50 years. Some people literally made one mistake. 30 years, you go to jail at 30, and you do 30 years, and your life's probably, you feeling like this shit's over with, bro. Like, if I come out at 60 and I do great things, then, damn, I guess I had to do bad to end up doing good. I don't know if you ever seen, like, the real, but it's like this person got rich at 25 and died at 30. This person got rich at, 54 and lived a long, you know what I mean? So it's just like, don't compete. with the next person. You know, not to really get off topic, but this is like a double sort of message. Never like, because you know the purpose thing, it kind of ties in. Like we feel like we don't have a purpose, and when you're searching for your purpose, like you start to compete with other people, men, women, just anybody. You just feel like you need to compete because like when you can put yourself in competition and you can put yourself at number one, it feels great. But I just really feel like it's about being the best you, the best version of yourself, because letting the debate of who's the best be up to other people is like the key, and just be down to earth and unapologetic, you know, and stand on your craft. Like I'm not out here like competing with other Virginia artists or other artists in the nation. I'm worried about being the best DayOneTommy and pushing my music and increasing my impact. Like I can't compete with other people and do that, because if I'm competing on who's like the best rapper, then that means I'm not focused on my vision. My vision's blurred and I'm like distracted. And I had to learn that also. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want to get that, you know, you want it to look like the Mr. Popular dude in high school. But nah, I want to be that nerdy kid that everybody slept on. I was studying the game. And now I got this whole plan that not just helps DayOneTommy be a successful music artist, but others. You know, and I'm not just, I only been on the scene like seriously, like 2-3 years. You know what I mean? I've been rapping a very long time. Like you can search Prince Breeze. I got an archive like 10, 12 years ago. So like I'm not new to music, but knowing what I want to do and doing it seriously, probably going on my 3rd year. So, like, yeah, it's the 3rd year. So I had to learn that, like, nah, I'm still in it early. I'm still figuring out my plan. So that's why I'm not out here just telling people like, yo, bro, I could do this for you, boom, boom, boom. When I say that out my mouth, it's gonna be facts. Right there, clean clack, paperwork, whatever it need to be. Like I'm not playing around. And I know to create a master plan, sometimes you just gotta be quiet about it. You know, and it's not like a master plan that's gonna blow up the world. I wanna make my city highlighted. You know what I mean? I want people to be like, yo, VA is a place that got mad artists. I can go there and get multiple things done. Not like, oh, I'm the king of VA and all this like stupid shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a distraction. And I think that's what they want us to do, is to be against each other. So like that's my fight, is always like be united with people. That's why I cop the camera. So if I'm at a show, I'm on it, or I might just pop out the shows. I might just have a picture of you, slide that junk in your DM for free off the love, because I was there, capture the moment. Not many shows I've done that I had to go to by myself. You know, my support system couldn't make it or whatever. Whatever the case is, I'm still there. I'm still chasing the dream, still on the passion. I have no footage of it.
Keeping disciplined.
Yeah, I no footage. So like I try to be that person. Like, hey, I got a picture of you. They like, damn, for real? Like, yeah. You know, nobody came and support me. Well, shit, I'm here. I got a picture. You know what I'm saying? If that don't prove it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's just one of the things that, you know, people need, is like, again, just simply finding that purpose is just helping, can simply just be helping others accomplish theirs as well. You know, like, and, you know, I don't know, I believe in, you know, just getting what you put out there in the world. You know, if you attract more flies with honey than you do shit, as they say. And, you know, I think it's remarkably true. And going back to what you were saying earlier, like there's this like societal like push that's always been there, especially in America. It's just like, oh, you can do this all by yourself. Like you can, you know, you don't need anyone else, blah, blah, blah. But like, you know, and going back to like, even what you were saying, like what people need to create is, I've been reading this book called The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, and I recommend it to you and anybody else who's watching this. The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. And the first chapter, it's he talks about it's called a definite chief aim, and what he talks about is gathering up your mastermind, and that doesn't mean like you mastering your own mind. It's like finding other individuals that have that same mindset, that same goal that they want to accomplish, and have a definite chief aim in accomplishing that. Like having different people in different areas of profession that can help amplify and like be your mastermind. Like this is my mastermind. Like, you know, Tommy and I, you know what I mean? And then whoever the other three are going to sit at this table, you know what I'm saying? Like this is our mastermind. Like when we sit together, things are getting done, things are getting created. Like, and that's what more people need too, is like we've lacked trust to believe in others to help achieve a higher goal. You know, it's like, you know, it's all about I, what about we? you know, we can accomplish more. Like, look at what society in general, like, we didn't get this far without helping each other, building these remarkable structures and skyscrapers in New York to the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Like, you know what I mean? We didn't do that by ourselves. Like, this is just like everything. It takes a team.
Yeah, components, process, you know, and people willing to see the process through, not afraid of challenges, you know, and like people always want to be the best. Don't worry about that. Be the best you. And if you feel like genuinely somebody is better than you at something, become a student. Ask questions. Like, be willing to learn. You know, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. And I think that's what strays a lot of people away from great things. They're not willing to accept the challenge, put the time in. They just want to go straight to action. Let me know when the game started. What about the preparation before it? You know, learning the things, going through. And that's why I'm one of those artists, like, I have that come up story where it's like, I definitely did it all. As far as like the shows, man, open mics, 2 people, 3 people, 50 people, 100. I didn't see the ups and downs. I didn't have quiet rides home. Like, why the fuck I go there? That shit felt like a waste of time. But it's all experience. And one thing about it is, like, you can't buy that. You got to go outside, get in this world, and go get it. And that's like my biggest like advice for artists or anybody in life. Whatever you want to do is like, don't be afraid to go get the experience. It's not always going to turn out the way you want it. You know, as long as you got a lesson from it, some type of motivation. And some days you're not going to feel like it's a lesson or it's not going to be motivation. But as long as you're persistent, then you'll learn down the line. You're going to think back and be like, yo, I'm glad I did that. You know, because everybody wants that 10,000 crowd, that arena crowd until you get it. You shitting bricks and you ain't even ready for it. You ain't never performed like that before. You know what I'm saying? So take advantage of those down times to practice and really sharpen your sword. Don't, like, people gonna sleep on you regardless, man, but don't sleep on yourself. You know, like, if I probably wouldn't do an event that had 5 people, because just like the people I've met, the connections, you know, I'm a little plugged in, a little better now, and I'm very thankful for that because I had to work for that. Because at first, nobody knew the fuck DayOneTommy was. I had to really, like, show my face and, you know, put the work in, whether it's performing and or just being an artist and showing my craft in general. You know what I mean? And just, not just my craft as a rapper, but just who I am as a person, you know? And I'm thankful that people, like, gravitate towards me and we have a good relationship for the most part. Like, I don't have no problem with nobody. You know, it's all love. And I'm thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause at the end of the day, like, who wants problems? And who wants to be at war with their people? You know, I just can't do that. I feel like it's against the whole message, bro.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's like some petty rat beef or something, like anything like that. Like, I'm not here for that. You know, I'd rather spend that energy, but go back to what we saying earlier, instead of doing something negative, spending on something positive. You know, and I just feel like that's the way. Like, they say Biggie and Pac was the greatest. I feel like they probably could have did something differently than both of them, you know, ended up in the position they did. And I don't even think it was just them, but look at the people around them, the enablers. You know what I mean? So that's just the biggest lesson as an artist. If you really love music, hip hop, then that's what you should learn from Biggie and Pac. You know what I'm saying? It's like, be careful who you let influence you, even when you're the greatest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because especially when we are at the top, we are easily manipulated because you know what I mean? It's true. Like, once you get, you know, status, money, what people come to you for because they want something. You know, not a lot of people just go and generally want to just get to know you as an individual, want to build with you. You know, it's kind of like, maybe that's a negative perception to have. Like, there's definitely people that, you know, who you will track that want to amplify each other's, you know, creativity and the entrepreneurship and wanting to become better individuals. But, like, you know, a lot of people just will go up to you and, like, that's when you're just like it kind of sucks having to have that, like, mindset. But some people, oh, sorry, I lost track. Honestly, I lost track of the whole fucking. God damn it.
No, that makes sense. I mean, you gotta know when.
Yeah.
You know, the genuine from the not. You know, and that comes with it. Like, podcasting, media in general, entertainment. Like, we're going to janky promoters. You might have guests that are like, you know, I think you vet your guests pretty well. I've seen a lot of your episodes, and I've never seen you feel uncomfortable or no shit like that.
Oh, see, I
You know what I'm saying?
I felt
Have you ever
actually
felt
there's
like
one.
that?
No, there's definitely a couple episodes where You know, I mean, like you said, to learn, like going back to your experiences when you go to those events and you have those drives by yourself, you're like, damn, was it worth it? Like, was it, like, did I learn that? But like, it gives you endurance. It gives you like that tougher skin to like, even, you know, the next time that happens, you know how to, you know, you've learned from the last thing. As long as you learn from that experience, you know, well, you're always going to learn, but as long as you look at it as a positive learning experience, you know what I mean, you're only going to get better. But yeah, no, there's definitely a couple episodes where I faltered, where I wasn't prepared enough in like information wise, you know, didn't have um, good questions like on deck. There was one where the individual was like it is like it's almost like I had to force like everything out of him. It was very hard for him to get comfortable. You know, I learned a lot because it taught me how to be, you know, better at, you know, conversation and speak like that. And I'm still learning all the time, you know what I mean? Like, especially like eye contact's another thing I'm still learning a lot. Like I need to give the respect and stuff like that. But no, it's always a learning experience every time. You know, I love, and that's why I love podcasting too. Like I've been slacking a little bit because I've been working on another career adventure to get out of my 9 to 5 and do like get into sales.
Yeah.
Be a remote closer because I really want to make it a reality to be able to travel with my podcast, like travel across the country and really get like a plethora of different guests, you know. So I hope, well, I will, is like become a remote closer, like work from, you know, anywhere, like have as long as I have internet and a laptop, you know, just make some sales, get a commission from it. And like, that's my goal anyway. Like starting, but like you know, I just hope that people take the time to discipline themselves and, you know, go after it, like get themselves in uncomfortable situations, like go out there and learn. You know, you ain't gonna learn just sitting down like repeating the same thing over and over again day to day, expecting something to just appear. You know,
It's not gonna happen like that. Manifest it. A lot of people don't believe in like, you know, but I do, because a lot of things that I really really wanted, and of course you got to work for it, but that's just like that's half of it. It's like all ideas start here. You know, it's about bringing it forward, you know, into this dimension. And a lot of stuff that I used to be like, man, I want to do this, I want to do that. I've done it, or I'm doing it, or it's like it's planning to be done. And a lot of people, I still dream because everybody want to be woke. Everybody woke and shit. So I'm like, I'm still dreaming. So it's like something I like to say, a little inside joke for myself. But um, in a sense, like, don't feel like your dreams are just that. Like it's some 1 in a million roll of the dice. Like I'm gonna play the lottery and I'm gonna win. That's the same chances, the same odds of my dreams coming true. Nah, turn those quote unquote dreams into goals. Write it down. Think of plans. If you don't know, educate the people around you. Not really supporting it, or they not really trying to help you. If they're distracting you, then separate. You know, and those two things, you know, you and after that you elevate, and that's just like what I do. Like if I gotta separate myself to learn a hobby, a skill, to, you know, just that discipline, you know, then I'm gonna do it, you know, and whether it's like I'm not gonna do shows for 3 months, you don't see me on the stage for 3 months, just no, you know, just stuff like that, just that discipline, and apply that to your work life. You know, you might not do a podcast for 3 months or 3 weeks, but in that 3 weeks, it's like you have accumulated knowledge or a new strategy, a new workflow that it's like, all right, they ain't seen me in a minute, but when they see me, I've been studying up on the different camera angles, it's the transitions and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, when they see me, they gonna be like, oh shit, you know, and that's what I'm doing for 2024. I got some new logos I'm being worked up and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like the old merch I'm rocking, you know, I put it up. You know, I still wear it from time to time on some OG shit, you know, like the OG merch.
Yeah,
but,
like wearing now. I was gonna say I fuck with the hoodie too. I like it.
I appreciate it. This is Class of Ambition, by the way. Got to shout out Class of Ambition. I'm a brand ambassador. Shout out my boy Marlon. We doing big things. Got a lot of merch on the way. I'm gonna do a reveal on my page, so definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna get you some Class of Ambition too, man, because you in that class. You know, it's for.
Well, I would love to get him on. Honestly, that
For sure,
like
yeah.
I know we talked about it last time I was on the episode, but I've been slacking. Yeah,
Marlon,
you want to call him?
I call
Get him on Bluetooth. Let's
up?
go. Let's get a call in. Let's get a call. Yeah, it's on Bluetooth. If it's the road, it's a. There we go. It's called Rodecaster Pro. Oh, let's go. I love doing call-ins. I did because my last episode I did was with my dad, and then I had him talk about his life in Africa, and then he would call my aunt, his sister, and we would just have her on Bluetooth. She's like, "You're on the podcast. Oh, do you have it on Bluetooth connected?"
Yo.
What's his name?
Marlon.
He might be busy.
Yeah, busy man.
Yeah, it's good though. Shit.
I'm telling you.
You watch after the episode's done where he's gonna call in.
That's what always happens.
Yeah, no worries. I was gonna say if you didn't go, that's funny. I wanted to take advantage of the Bluetooth. Dude, that shit's so clutch. No, I would love to have him on and have his story of what inspired him to do Class of Ambitions.
Yeah, it's a line for anybody who's in that class. No matter what you do, you're just ambitious, you're persistent. Not you don't want to give up, and you're not going to give up. And that's just the community we're trying to build, man. Bring those like-minded people together. It's not about being so clicked up and the frogs over here with the frogs and shit and all that shit metaphorically. We all supposed to look the same and be man. We diverse over here. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn jelly belly, goddamn assorted, all types of flavors over here. If you need it, we got it. You know what I'm saying?
Even the popcorn flavor.
Yeah, come on. You like some weird shit? We got some weird shit over here too. We embrace everything. You know what I mean? Because you might call it something weird. All jokes aside, you might call it something weird. But it's like even as artists, singers, rappers, rock stars, we have a language on how we deliver like our words. So you might just hear the music and think it's ignorant, but you're not really listening to what they're saying. It's a lot of rock songs about peace. It's a lot of pop songs about peace, but people just dismiss it because the pop star, she's wearing colors, and some people be like, I ain't with that Cali girl shit, but you ain't really listening. Like it's young girls that she's saving lives. You know what I'm saying? And even if they don't necessarily make a song about like the whole depression thing, blah blah blah. Like I'm pretty sure it's young girls who listen to Taylor Swift, and I feel like in a sense, I never seen Taylor Swift. I'm pretty sure she's rich as fuck. So of course, I'm pretty sure she be doing her thing. But like, I'm pretty sure she seems like a good example.
Yeah. She's on I think they just put her as like Person of the Year on Time magazine.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I take that. I don't see that and be like, I'm gonna question that. I'm like,
I question it a little. I question it a little. I don't know, man. It's just like, I don't know. Fuck it, dude. Like, I guess you mean also success to her, to be able to, I think she's a billionaire now. Wow. Like after this tour, yeah. Like she's making like, I think like the average ticket was like a K to like 3K. You know what I mean? She's like, good for her, success on her. I don't know. I've never listened to her music in years. I take that shit back.
You're a bad fucking example. You're charging these young little girls $1,000 fucking dollars to come see you sing.
Yeah, if they'll pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she promotes. You know what I mean? I haven't listened to her music in years. Like the last song I heard is like, we are never, ever, ever getting back together.
Breakup music.
Yeah. Like, and I think that's why she's dating this NFL guy. She's going to destroy the NFL industry because all these Taylor Swift,
the Super Bowl this year?
Yo, she's not going to sing at the Super Bowl. They're going to have a crazy breakup in the middle of the Super Bowl. It's going to be some wild like shit, and then all the Swifties are going to get up and leave the NFL thing. They're going to lose millions, dude. That's her plan. She's going to take millions from the NFL. That's her real goal.
You don't think they're going to do like she's going to do the halftime. He's going to propose. Oh, and then wild as fuck.
And then she says no.
What if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she gets the halftime show.
Oh, what if he does propose to her and then she says no?
Damn.
And then she bet all of her money on the other team to win, and just to fuck with his psyche, she said no, and then she says yes after. She's like, "Oh, I just wanted to win like another $1 billion."
Don't say nothing else. The Simpsons might take that.
Yeah, they probably already fucking made an episode, dude.
For real.
Yo, actually, I haven't watched Simpsons in years. Not gonna lie, like
it's crazy. It's still. They still make new episodes, right?
Yeah, I believe
That's the
so.
longest running. Is it that or SpongeBob?
I think it's Simpsons.
The Simpsons, right?
Yeah, Simpsons, yeah. And I think, unless it's like a different like adult cartoon. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then they have the kid cartoon category. You know what I mean? But like, I think Simpsons still wins like longest in general, though.
It's crazy.
But then like South Park has been going, they have 26 seasons. I'm like, I love that show. I remember growing up, like at my grandfather's house, like, my mom worked like night shifts, so as soon as she would leave, we would go downstairs in the TV, and my grandpa would be snoring like a wildebeest. And we'd have like the volume on like 2, like our ears right to the TV. We were just like,
I used to get
Yeah,
in
like
trouble
so-
in school fucking with South Park, man. Timmy,
yeah.
Timmy, you better not do that shit. 2023.
And there was a guy in a wheelchair in your class. Hey, what's up, Timmy?
Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy,
My
living the
name
life.
Tommy and shit, so I'm Timmy.
Oh, yeah, I remember the episode.
That was my favorite character. That shit.
Yo, remember when there was the Crips and the Bloods episode talking about gangs?
No,
You remember that? Oh, yo, you gotta watch that episode tonight or whenever you can, dude. So it's an episode. It was an older episode. It was Bloods and Crips, like the actual gang members, and then you have Timmy and Jimmy going out in the streets, and they're like, "Oh, look, it's the Bloods and Crips," and then like what they think the whole thing is, the Bloods are people who are crippled from birth, and then the Crips are cripples from like an accident. So and then they all like get the gangs they lock the gang up, both gangs, the Bloods and the Crips, inside the school, and they're like, "You guys have to get along. It doesn't matter if you're crippled from birth or crippled from an accident. Y'all gonna yo." It was so funny though. But then they end up playing basketball and everything together. And
I've
they
been
go-
quick since birth.
yeah.
I've been crippin' since birth.
Yo,
They even say that. I can hear that shit.
yo, dude.
I've been crippin' since birth. That's funny.
He's like, "Y'all need to stop fighting." He has that stutter and shit. Yo, dude. But fam, I was gonna say, yeah, we actually reached an hour, man. It's pretty crazy how
that's
time
bad.
flies by.
Damn.
But Tom, man, it was a pleasure having you back. I appreciate you actually coming. You know, you just hit me up. We wanted to link up again, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. It's been a while since I podcasted, and I get the opportunity to try two different angles, guys. If you might notice, I think that camera died. Maybe, I think it did. Dang it! It's all right. You still got two angles though for the majority, but something new. But yeah, day one, man. Before we sign off, tell the people how they can support you, the whole nine, your new adventures that you're planning for, 2024 or the end of 2023. Like, yeah, lay it out.
You can support me by following me at DayOneTommy. All platforms. That's DayOneTommy. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. Music videos, short films, infomercials. And I just want to give back. So if you want to work, you know what I mean? Not gonna make you a millionaire just yet,
Oh,
but I could open the door. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that if we meet the right people, then we can take off, like for sure. You know what I mean? From SponCast, the podcast, to Family First, to Keeping in the Benji podcast, to just the music venues, the artists, models, politicians, just whatever you want to do. I think we should start working together.
yeah.
Really start creating that community. Instead, it's not like a clique thing no more. It needs to be community, and the bigger picture. If you don't like somebody because like petty high school stuff, like who they like, relationships, who they hang out with, then do that somewhere else. Like if you really want to build your community and make it a staple in whatever industry that is, music, fashion, whatever, more, businesses owned by minorities, whatever your thing is you want to push, become a staple. Just don't leave some stupid ass mark on the paper and say you were there. You know what I mean? Make your mark true. And that's what I got to say. It's family first, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, man. Always a pleasure, man. Stay safe. And guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I don't know which one's on. I heard some beep over there, but as always, do the best you can for yourselves and the people around you, because you know why? You deserve it. And have a great one, and good night. Peace.